live in an age of displacement. Never in the history of the world have more people, now 65 million and counting, been forced to flee their homes. In 2015, our common humanity was put to the test on the Greek islands, including Lesbos, Chios, and Samos, just off the Turkish coast, when over 1 million refugees, primarily fleeing war in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, crossed over on anything they could get their hands on. These beautiful Greek islands, a playground for tourists, were their entrance to Europe. In October 2016, a group of us representing 8 countries and 10 organizations decided to visit the Greek islands to see for ourselves, to listen to the 7 refugees and refugee workers in our group, to thank Greek islanders and others for their response, and to learn how we might act together going forward. We divided into 2 teams, a cycling team promoting local tourism and raising awareness and funds to benefit refugees, and a ground team that spent their days in refugee camps learning from local stories and volunteering in various ways. We wanted to reconsider what it means to live on this earth together, learn how to practice hospitality and solidarity, and show we reject a spirit of fear or indifference to strangers in our midst. Our first stop was Lesbos, where after 2 days of stunning biking and serving in the camps, we paused as a group to look at a garbage dump containing what 1 million refugees leave behind. This is what we're seeing. It's pretty impactful. Out of sight, and many people hope out of mind. Let's not forget these people. What would you do in this situation? If you were them, you had nothing, what would you do? You'd cross, just like them, a 10-kilometer gulf in the best way you can to seek a better life. Everyone was wearing one of these life vests, or had a rubber dinghy, or an inner tube. Look at the Angry Birds floaty. Your kid might wear it. Turn it around. Right here, the warning. Warning, will not protect against drowning. Use only under constant supervision. This is what some people were wearing. Some kids. On Lesbos, we were able to visit closed and open refugee camps. We learned refugee work is challenging and the politics can be disheartening. There are stories of triumph and stories of loss.
Our primary goal was to insert ourselves into camps and actually to begin run clinics such as vision clinics and food distribution and clothing distribution so that we could begin wading into the problem of how to best serve refugees.
Meanwhile, the bikers were ready to complete the circuit around Lesbos.
We're going to ride up a hill around a castle, then we're going to go up and go down. We're going to ride along the coast where so mamos of these more than 1 million refugees landed last year. We're going to be praying, thinking, talking. We've got our thank you, Chios, Samos, Lesbos. Let's rock and roll.
Cycling was just as beautiful on Chios. the second cycling day on Chios, Hamid, one of the former refugees in our group, was able to visit the camp where he first lived for a week when he came ashore. It was great to see him talk to the kids, share the love, and let them pretend to ride his bicycle. "This was very good for me," he later remarked. The ground team was able to set up a vision clinic just outside Hamid's former camp.
So after all the days that the ground ministry team spent in the camp, our main takeaway, it's a complex problem. Immigration on a global level is not going to go away. Our job is to bring hope for those who have no hope.
The trip results will only be known fully in eternal time. But we have seen the need, we have heard the stories, and we want to respond to the refugee challenge. We want to give back. We want to do it together, and we want others to join us. Think about what you can do, and consider coming with us in September 2017. We all affirm together that the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command: to love God with all your heart, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself.